What's the most unexpected way you've come into money? I didn't plan on a cat changing my life, but Mr. Whiskers had other ideas. Fresh out of college, I was buried in student debt and barely surviving with my entry-level job. I lived in a tiny apartment, and my neighbor, Mrs. Peterson, was a sweet but quirky old lady who insisted her cat, Mr. Whiskers, could predict the future. I'd help her with groceries sometimes, and in return, she'd invite me for tea and go on and on about her cat's predictions. One day, she asked me to cat sit while she visited her sister. Now, Mr. Whiskers wasn't fond of anyone but her, but over that week, we bonded. Late-night TV and his favorite tuna treats. A month later, Mrs. Peterson passed away. I was heartbroken, but what happened next was even more shocking. At the funeral, her lawyer informed me that Mrs. Peterson had left everything to Mr. Whiskers, with the condition that whoever got him to purr would inherit her estate. Relatives lined up, trying to charm the stubborn cat, but he wasn't interested. When my turn came, I simply sat down, patted my lap, and asked, "Want to watch some TV, buddy?" To everyone's surprise, Mr. Whiskers leaped into my lap and started purring like crazy. Just like that, I became the owner of Mrs. Peterson's estate. She had no children and had quietly invested for years. I paid off my student loans, bought a small house, and started a charity for elderly pet owners in her name, all thanks to Mr. Whiskers.